I'm about to have Ben Hogan caddy for me telepathically. Bennie, any comments on that? Right, he just said go ahead on to the shot here, so let's do that. All right, so here we go. We're gonna do 3 holes, a par 4, a par 3, and a par 5. I played 1 hole after doing the little part 1 intro there, so just to get loosened up a little bit again. I'm still a little bit stiff. It's cold, so I'm wrapped up in a bunch of layers here, so I'm also a little bit stiff. So we'll play this first one here. Like I was saying, I gotta like get my tune into just the right frequency, so I gotta like get myself in a certain state. It's a lot easier to do this when you're in like a sensory deprivation tank or something like that, because it removes all the external stimuli. You can't, it's in the dark, you can't hear anything, you're floating, so you can't feel anything, so it's a lot easier to tune in, at least for me at this point, in that kind of environment than out in the world. So all right, so let me just relax here for a second. All right, so Bennie, and he likes me to call him Bennie. What are we doing here? He said par 4 straight away. He already told me previously that we're going to play the black tees here. All right, where do you want me to aim up? Where do you want me to tee up? And I'm getting over here. So we'll do that. And then now what do you want me to do? So you're saying, do you do my dead hand swing? The dead hand swing is not, I don't find it particularly aesthetically nice looking, so I gotta just, I'm not using my hands, and I feel stiff. I'm in a lot of clothes here, so it's gonna probably look a little restricted. He said he's telling me to not worry about that. I need to do better about not worrying about what people think, still, even after all these years. And he said, that's right, Jaacob. So, all right, I already got that I'm supposed to aim. There's a house there over the bunker with a point. It's kind of between these 2 trees here. It's basically between those 2 trees, the 2 tall trees on the left and right side of the fairway. And so just aim at that using spot alignment and just fire try and muscle 1 right through there. And I asked if I could clear the bunker. There's a fairway bunker there, and he said I should be able to, if I hit it, strike it okay. But he said not to worry about it. Just don't think about the bunker, and just think about it. I'm getting a think about it. Just he wants me to visualize the shot here. So visualize it, the flight coming, flying that bunker on the line of that yellow house there. Now it's just telling me to go. So let's just do it. Oh, I thinned it. And that's going to go in the bunker for sure. Unless it sits. Nope, that's in the bunker. All right. Well, that happens with I haven't played with this dead hand swing for a long time. And I'm remembering now that when I do that, sometimes I have a tendency to like kind of stand up out of it. And I caught it thin there, so I hit it straight. The direction was good, which is nice about the dead hand swing. But yeah, I just thinned it there, so it went straight, and I didn't fly the bunker. It rolled into that bunker there, so we're just gonna have to deal with that. Bennie, any comments on that? And he's like, no comments. It's just, I guess what I was saying there was right. He just said, go ahead on to the shot here. So let's do that. All right, so a few things there. As I was walking up to the shot, I was thinking, I had a thought pop into my head like, oh man, this is not good here. Like I'm right up kind of towards the front of the lip here. I don't think I can clear that and still get to the green. So this is just kind of this is a tough situation. I'm just gonna have to lay up. And I was like, oh man, this is a bad situation. And then he was telling me to not label it as bad and not label it really as good or bad, which that's really good advice, I think. So one, I gotta he's advising me to let go of the label there, so that's good. And then he's telling me to fix my sock. So as I was walking up here, my sock slipped over my heel, so I could just go ahead and play with that. But he's telling me to deal with it, which I think is smart, because then I'm not thinking about it. So, shoe is fixed. Okay. What else? He was telling me something else on the way up. I'm forgetting what it was. Oh yeah, I was kind of feeling a little bit like annoyed at myself there a little bit, and just kind of like I didn't hit a good shot there. I feel stiff. It's kind of cold. I feel constricted by these closing, and he's like, as I was starting to like kind of think about that, and was just kind of getting on myself a little bit there, he was telling me to just, the essence was just, you gotta let go of that and not think about those things, because sometimes you just gotta find a way to play despite those things sometimes, because when you're in a human body, the human body experience is like it's a very dense experience, so it's like it's just part of it sometimes. So also he's telling me to just kind of relax and soften a little bit. I'm like really kind of in it right now, so I'm going to take a breath here. All right, that's a little bit better. So now he's wanting me to think about the shot here. What club do you want me to hit here? Sand wedge. He's saying, can I pick it? No, this is such a steep lift here. He's wanting me to, I can't pick it and get it there, I don't think. He just wants me to open up the club a little bit and take a little sand and just plop it out. And then we'll just try and get up and down from the fairway. He's like, yep. All right, so that's what we're gonna have to do there. Do I need to aim anywhere? All right, there's a black spot out there in the fairway. Looks like some kind of debris or something, so I'm just gonna kind of aim towards that way. I don't think it's gonna go that far, but I'll just put it on that line there. And he's also saying, like, sometimes you pick out a line and maybe that's not where it's gonna go, but like that, you just need to trust the line that you're being asked to take here, and wherever the ball goes, where the ball goes, but there's a reason for it. So I'm like, all right, I'll trust that. So I got that spot on the fairway, and using the dead hands kind of swing. Yes, so he wants me to open it a little bit just to make sure I clear the lip, get my footing, and then just catch it. Try and take a little. If I pick it, it should be okay, but he wants me to try and take just a touch of sand, so I'll try and do that. And I took a lot of sand. That felt super stiff. Ugh. So I'm not particularly feeling good. He's really wanting me to like let go of that and just focus on trying to play, which that's good advice. So let's fix this bunker here, take care of the course, and he's kind of acknowledging and appreciating that I'm doing that here. Golf etiquette. All right, so we're on to the next one here, and we've got a little pitch. Gonna have a pitch up and down to try and eke out a par here. All right, so here we go. We're in the fairway. That spot, that thing I was aiming for is up there, but again, that wasn't necessarily the point, I guess. And he's confirming that. So now it's gonna be a pitch here. What club do you want me to use? Sand wedge, he says sand wedge, Jaacob. And so I found, after that bunker shot there, man, I felt really, really stiff, and I'm just kind of find myself like, because this is a video, I want to do well in the video, and a lot of these things with social media, like they're not authentic, and you can do retakes and retakes. And there's someone on Golf Channel that I know that hosts the show, and it comes across in the telecast as the first shot, but it actually wasn't. There's multiple takes to get the shot that they're trying to show. So that's the thing about videos and social media. You can't really, unless it's like a live broadcast on, say, like a tour, you know, it's something more trustworthy. When it's something like this where I could like record it and just, I want to show you the real stuff. I want to show you, you know, authenticity is a real big thing here for me. So I feel a little bit vulnerable doing that and showing that and giving you insight to that. And so he's really, I feel like I'm in it a little bit and just kind of wanting to like make excuses to myself a little bit, and you know, even talking that out here for the video. But he's really trying to get me to like just relax, and he's just like, relax, Jacob. All right, so actually let me take a deep breath. So there's some things I do sometimes. I put my hand on my stomach, I take a breath in, think about roots. He wants me to use that, so I'll just do that here. I'm gonna think about the earth here. I'm in my head, so I need to get the energy out of my head. So he wants me to put my hand on my stomach and then take a deep breath in and imagine roots in my feet. And just make sure no one's coming up behind me. All right, I think we're okay. Imagine hand on stomach, close my eyes, relax a little bit, release some of this tension. Think about the earth and just breathe in through imaginary roots in my feet, and breathe in that energy up into my head space, and then drag it out. So just, all right, so I'm just gonna do that. You said very good, Jacob. And like I already do feel a little bit more relaxed, which is good. All right, so now it's just time to hit the shot. It's gonna be a spot alignment here. Aim right at the flag, he's saying. Make it be reactive. Don't think about it like, well, I don't know the distance that we're at here. I'm just doing this intuitively, and you having him be the caddy. So I'm like, yes, sir. This is what you want me to do? All right, I'll do it. So it's just gonna be like throwing to a target, instinctive, spot alignment. He's just saying, go, Jacob. All right, trying to relax again. Visualize, he's saying, ball like dropping down right on the hole and being in the hole. Actually, he wants me to think about it going a little bit long. So I'm imagining flying it a few yards past the hole. And now I just go. Dead hand swing again. Think about it going past the hole. Now go. Huh. How about that? And like I don't have anything to repair my divot. A little bit of it's not a solid divot here, so this is not even going to help to put this back in there. But interestingly, that was good. Like I hit that really, really clean, and actually hit the exact shot that I was intending to. I think, what were you thinking there? Well, he was trying to protect against, usually it helps me with pitch shots to think about it going long, and just in case there's a little bit of a miss hit. So then the miss hit lands on the flag, and if I really miss hit it, it's still close to the flag, but a little short. And that one actually hit perfect, and it landed exactly where I wanted, a few yards past the hole, but I might have even caught it just a little bit much, so it flew the hole, bounced, and then I'm gonna have to chip here. So this is, I'm really having a tough time here, but you know, he's saying just relax, don't worry about it, just move on. All right, let's do it. The ball, so here's the hole. I was trying to like take it to like right here. Maybe I was trying to think about it being here in case I miss, and then it's back on, but I actually flew it all the way here. And then it didn't really spin it, the hard bounce, and now it's back here in the light rough here. So what do you want me to do here, Benny? Lob wedge. So it's just kind of like he wants me to putt chip it, and it looks like it's gonna break a little right to left here. He said not to, there's some leaves there, but he said not to worry about that. So I need a lob wedge. Should I bring my putter? Yes, he's saying, although I'd like to try and make this, of course. And he said, yes, absolutely. But also, I don't know why he's having, sometimes I just want to bring a wedge because I want to make it. I don't want to have, I can go get my putter, but he's saying to bring both. All right, you're the caddy. So I'm reading this here. He's saying, good, Jaacob. Getting which way? He's saying it's actually pretty straight from here. Although when I get here, I'm kind of sensing a little bit right to left. So I'm going to move that leaf actually just a little bit. So putt chip it, he said. Take a couple little practice swings, visualize, feel it out. And I'm seeing like a little arc here. So I'm going to putt chip it over this hump here. And then here's the end of the last steep part of the hump, and then it still goes down from there, but it's really steep until there, then not as steep. So I just need to fly it past the steep part. And then that's it. So you're just saying, any advice, Bennie? You're like, no, just do your thing. So just think about it being in the hole. That was a little short. That's longer. That's longer. One more. Okay. So there's a little bit of grass growing in the direction of the club here. So he's telling me to open it slightly. There, that's not grabbing as much. So use the bounce. So go ahead and think about the ball being in the hole. I'm doing that. I'll just go ahead and plop it up there. Right away he's saying go easy on yourself, Jaacob. So I'm like in a little bit of a mental loop. I'm like kind of I'm being a little hard on myself here. So he's just saying to relax. Don't worry about it. I'm not playing well. I'm using a lot of shots here. And he's really wanting me to just relax, which I get. I'm kind of in my head here a little bit. So even though I'm like kind of tuned in, I'm still like in my head here. So he's just saying do your thing on the putt. It's going to break a little right to left. I'm going to just try and die it in a little bit. Think about it being in the hole. All right, there we go. So what was that? That was 1, 2, 3, 4, about a 5-footer. Not a gimme. On tour, up to 3 feet is probably a gimme. And then by 8 feet, you're already at 50% even for tour players. So that was a good putt. So what's going on here? I'm, like I said, I'm in my head here a little bit. I'm being hard on myself. I'm, just stiff, a lot of clothes. It's cold. I'm using a swing I haven't used in a long time. And there's a vulnerability, and I don't know, I guess I feel like I'm putting something like this out. So I feel so I feel like I'm in it. He's really, really wants me to relax. All right, okay. And this, I was just about to go look at the tee marker to see how far it is, and he told me to stop. So he wants me to play this by feet, look, and feel. So I don't know the distance here. I don't remember what the distance is, so let me just think about. So I'm getting a 4. So let's do that. And when you play intuitively like this, sometimes you don't, like I was saying, you can use a lot of different clubs to hit at a certain distance. So this isn't necessarily my full swing distance, but so sometimes, it might hit like a 4-iron from 100 yards or something, but so I don't know what this is, but like I'm getting 4-iron, so I'm just going to do that. And wants me to tee it up kind of where at? Here. Where do you want me to aim? Right at it, he said. It looks like it's center-ish, but that doesn't really matter. He just wants me to aim right at the flag there and just go right at it. Dead hand, spot alignment. And he said, and relax. All right. Visualize, he's saying. Okay. And he's telling me to back off. I was a little bit out of rhythm there. So that takes a little bit of discipline to do. I was a little bit out of rhythm there, so Let me, you see, you just said to start over. All right. Oh my gosh, I like opened the face the heck out of that. I hit that off the planet. All right, I think I got a line on that. Oh my gosh. So, here it is. Let me see if this is out of bounds. I think this is just in. So, of course, I don't want to be hitting out of someone's yard here. And this is technically inbounds. Should I? All right, let me ask. You want me to play this? Yes, he's saying if I was back here, I wouldn't, because that would be out of bounds, and kind of I'm in the yard, but technically I'm on the inbounds here. So let's just hit this. What club here? I mean, I'm buried in the leaves. I'm afraid of like moving those because that would move the ball. So what do you want me to hit here? Lob wedge. So let's hit a lob wedge. I got a tree here. He said not to worry about it. And this is a tough one because I got to go. There's a bunker right short of the green there, and then the flag looks like it's just kind of over it there. So this is a bit of a scary shot. So if I fly it over the bunker high enough to get it to land on the green and stop, it kind of brings this tree into play. But he's saying not to worry about it. You want me to open it just a little bit? And do you want me to aim at the flag? No, he wants me to aim left. So just to kind of take this bunker out of play. And he said, I was like, to take the bunker out of play? And he's like, yes. So, all right, I kind of see, he's giving me a leaf on the green to line up at as far as direction. So it's just kind of going to hit there on that direction, but try and land it on the green, but not all the way to that leaf, but on that line. So he's, I gotta fix my shoe again. My sock keeps sliding down and he's saying to fix it, which I get. All right. Good to not think about it, or not have to have it in the back of my mind. All right. So towards that leaf, think about it landing on the first maybe third of the green, and then we'll just try and putt from there. Open it just a little bit. Right there. Now we just go. All right. That came out a little funny, but I think it went over the green. All right, he's telling me to putt. I went long here. This is, I want to post everything here. So like I'm posting all these mess ups, and this is like, feels like a train wreck to me, which is really hard to swallow. As I was walking over here, saying there's some, he's got the higher level perspective here, and it's I get the meaning I'm getting is like, it's more than about me. It's more than, it's not about me. It's not about, it's more than about me. It's not so much about the golf here. So, all right, I'll take your word for it. And I am having a ton of problems with this sock, which is really frustrating. So I gotta fix the sock, and based on how many times this has happened already, it's probably gonna happen again. So I need to deal with this. All right, what do we do here? So I was saying, I'm getting putt. I'm on the fringe. Boy, tricky putt. Down left, through a valley, up, and then back to the right. He's like just intuited it. And he's saying, I'm getting like, think about the ball going in the hole at just the speed that you want, and then just kind of intuit where to line up, and then where to, how hard to swing. So I'll do that. I'm going to do that and then just go. And he's like, yeah, Jaacob, he's like, yes, Jacob. And he's saying, you know, I found myself going hard on myself already, like, oh man, that's like, and he said, right away I could tell him, like, just telling me to just protect my confidence, go easy on myself. So it's long putt. I got a tester here to put it in, but I'd say he's right here. So that was a long putt, and we got what, 1, 2, 3, 4 footer. So I like to leave the flag sticks in. I got used to that during doing speed golf. But then also for camera, it's like you can actually see the hole here. So for you, the viewer, it's nicer. Any words, Benny? And he's like, nope, just putt it. Okay. All right. Good putt. Felt a little tap on the shoulder there. He's like wanting me to, like, I found myself like kind of drooping a little bit, and he's like, you know, pat me on the shoulder and just kind of, he's like, you know, chest up, shoulders back, confidence. So maybe, I don't know, maybe that's part of the lesson here, is just protecting my confidence. And I don't know what you're getting out of this at home, but yeah, like he's saying, it's more than just about this video and me. So, all right, last hole, par 5. Okay, as we were walking over here, I found myself wanting to know the distance of the hole, not only the holes, par 5, but then also to some of the bunkers out there. But he's like kind of was shooing me away from that, because this is, you know, I think part of this exercise is just playing more intuitively, I think, and just kind of feeling it out. And yes, okay, and I'm already getting to like kind of tee up right around here, so we'll do that. He told me I have 2 drivers in my bag. I take out my 7-iron and bend my 6 and 8 towards each other so I can get 2 drivers. One's built more for a draw or higher flights, and the other one's built more for lower flights and fades, optimized for carry. So he wanted me to do this higher draw driver. A little bit of wind coming into us. Is this the right driver? Yes. So he wanted me to take a couple. I thinned that first driver, which he's reminding me that because I haven't used this dead hand swing for probably years on the golf course like that, or it's been a while, or it's been I don't know how long, but it's been a while. So he's wanting me to take a couple practice swings and remind myself to kind of have the feeling of staying down, because when I don't do it for a while, I tend to like to raise up a little bit, which is why I thinned that. So it's just kind of wants me to have a practice swing here and just get the feeling of staying down. All right. Now he's just saying, just go, just business as usual here. Pick a spot. Where do you want me to aim? And there's a tree out there that I'm getting at. It's kind of on it looks like the right side of the fairway, but that's where the fairway cuts in way down there. So where this is gonna land, this is actually slightly right center, but maybe he's accounting for a tiny bit of a draw. I don't know, I'm just trusting where he's telling me to aim. He's telling me to go. All right, I think we got leaves. I think I flew the bunker there on the left. I turned it over a little bit. I kind of came up out of it again, hit it kind of low, and when I came up out of it, it turned my hands over a little bit. So I drew that just left of the fairway, and it got past the bunkers, I think, but there's some leaves up there, so I'm hoping I can find it in the leaves. All right, so I found it here. We got up to the fairway bunkers here, just a little left. Fortunately, I didn't have to deal with the leaves here, right up here, too much. I don't think I'm gonna get there in two. This is sitting down in like a little swell here, so it's gonna be a little hard to get at, even though I can see it pretty well. But then also there's a tree in the way here, so I'm gonna, Benny, what do you want? What do you want here? I'm getting 8-iron, kind of on the line. There's a bunker area that comes out there in the fairway up there. There's the outer part of the rough part of that. So kind of aim 8-iron over that, maybe just actually just a couple yards further to the right of that. There's a white thing on a house back there, so it just kind of line up with, he's saying use your spot alignment to line up with that, and then dead hands it using 8-iron, and so it's going to be a 3, because I gotta, well, all right, so can I mean, I could advance it down there further and hook it around this tree. Do you want me to do that? He's saying absolutely not. Okay, how come? Because that's what he's telling me to do. He's like, he's supposed to be the caddy, so he's like, kind of like, shut up and listen to me. All right, so 8-iron over the tree on the line of that white thing on the house there. He's like, yes, do it. All right, I'm thinking, you know, and this is I tend to like, I have a high tolerance for risk, so part of me is like wanting to, like, you know, hook it around this tree and like try and get it down there a little further, but he's telling me not to do that, and so I'm gonna trust my caddy. Get those leaves out of the way. Okay, he's saying just go. Gotta keep an eye on that. That turned a little bit. All right, I think I got that. That he was as I was sitting over it, he was kind of giving me the sense to mind my weight there, because I don't know if you can tell on camera, I'm on a pretty good slope here, and so he's, you know, when you're on a slope like that, you got to mind the tendency is for me to fall back that way. So I really tried to stay down there, but I did still kind of come up and turn over it a little bit. So like I cleared the tree, and now I flew that bunker, but I'm probably in the rough over there, just in the rough on the left there, so we'll head up to it. All right, so I'm just off the fairway here. Got some mud on the ball. Looks like it might have landed there or something. Wherever it landed, there's mud on the ball. And as I was coming up to the shot here, the reason why I'm just, you know, to the left here, normally I might have taken a more aggressive line there, and if he'd reminded me to, like, you know, kind of mind my weight there, and I did some, but not quite enough, and coming up out of it and turning my hands over, even though I'm trying to dead hands it drew it over to here. And so had I been not, you know, I might have on my own just taken a little bit more aggressive line, might have tried to hook it around the tree, but I might have taken a more aggressive line, and had I not minded my weight there, I would have been over in these leaves here and trees and got blocked out. So my caddy saved me there a little bit. Thank you, Bennie. You're like, you bet, Jaacob. That's what I'm here for. And I found myself as I'm walking up here, I'm like, I got a pitch shot here. I don't know how far it is, and I found myself wanting to know the distance, but maybe that's part of the exercise here today, is like just playing intuitively and target oriented and reacting to targets and not playing by numbers. And he's like, that's right, Jaacob. And it's like, so I gotta just, you know, look at this here. What do you want me to do? Saying right at it. Pitching wedge, he's saying. I got a headwind. I was asking about, like, should I do a 9 and flight it down a little bit since there's a headwind? He's like, no, pitching wedge. And so I'm getting pitching wedge, dead hands it, think about it going past the flag a little bit. And sometimes when I think about it going past the flag, it's just kind of as a safety buffer in case I miss it a little bit, then it's still on the flag, or, you know, so a perfect shot goes just past the flag, a little miss goes on the flag, and a big miss is still on the green, but just a little short. So that's part of the reasoning for doing that. And I'm getting like, he's like, yeah, he's like agreeing. He's like, yes, Jaacob. So pitching wedge, let's get it. I'm not too cold anymore, but I still feel stiff and I still feel a little restricted by these clothes. And he's like, he's just telling me to like stop thinking about that stuff. It's like, it's just what it is, and just gotta play with it. So fair enough. Okay, do I need to do anything about the mud? I got no. Aim right at the flag, think about it going past the hole, visualize it going past the hole, and then just go. Don't worry about the mud. Oops. So I swung a little too hard there. Did I swing too hard? No, he's like, he just mishit it. He said I thinned it a little bit. So it flew, the line was really good, which is one of the nice things about this dead hand swing. But I did thin it a little bit in this rough here, and I don't know, maybe the mud had, it was a mud ball. So direction was good, it flew a little long, so it went over the green there. So we're just gonna have to, we're there in 3, we'll see if we can chip up and in, or I don't know. We're probably going to have a chip shot because it went a little bit long there. All right, so here we are. This, I don't know for whatever, you know, I went long, way long, but I have green to work with. If I would have come up short and been in that bunker, getting up and down from there would have been really hard because that flag is so close to the edge there. So I went way long, but at least I can have a shot here. So I got to be careful here about some of these leaves, because there's a couple that are connected to the ball. So I'm just gonna, there's still mud on the ball. I can't clean it yet. The grass is growing into the shot, into the way the club is gonna come in, so it's really gonna grab. All right, what do you want here? And he's like sand wedge, open the club a little bit to use the bounce, so the club doesn't grab in the grass there as much, so I can get through that. The grass is growing right into the direction of the club. So sand wedge open, use the bounce, and he's saying like try and think about a circle around the hole. Maybe, I think that flag is about probably 6.5 feet tall, like I was noticing earlier, and so I'm getting, I don't know, maybe like a 4, like if I put a 4 foot radius, 8 foot diameter circle around the hole. He's just saying like try and get it in that circle. I'm like, okay. He's saying hit a couple feel shots here, so let me try and find some grass where I'm growing into the club here. So open it a little bit. Yeah, that's really thick and gnarly and grabby. So whew. And he's like, don't worry about it. Just try and tune into your feel, he said. Okay. Okay. Think about the little circle, visualize, he's saying. Pop it up, roll it down, get it in the circle, and then, okay. Open it just a touch. And that did not make my circle. Whew, that broke a lot left. I think like he's saying I like kind of, I didn't really kind of stay down through it. It came up a little bit and turned, so it closed the club a little bit and launched it a little left there, and then it caught the brake and went left. So a little bit of a maybe out of practice on my part. He's like, yes, go easy on yourself. You've hardly hit a ball lately and haven't done any chipping like this. So he's like, just go easy on yourself, have fun, and then You just go up and hit this putt. All right, let's do it. All right, here we go. Looks like it's just off the green. So I missed the green with my little chip here. All right, what's going on here? He's like, just putt it. You see what to do here. It's pretty straightforward. And I can say, like, I can see it's got a lot of break here. There's a big side bank here, which is part of what pushed it over there so far. Can I get the distance? He's like, yeah, go ahead. So we're about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 15 footer. It's gonna come bank off this side hill and break in here. So don't overthink it. And interestingly, the higher up I go on the slope there, the more it's gonna break. So he's like, don't overthink it. Just do like what I usually do. Think about it being in the hole and just react softly to it. Might be hard. This is gonna be I'm thinking in my head like, oh, this is gonna be a really hard one to make, because the farther up I go on this slope, the more it's gonna take it. And he's like telling me I'm like way overthinking it. And just don't worry about it. If I make it, I make it. If I miss it, I miss it. It's fine. And like, it doesn't matter ultimately. All right, I got a line. He's like, just go with it, he said. So I'm thinking about the ball coming into the hole at the speed that I want and just dropping over the hole, like just kind of dying it in. And then I kind of see a little bit of a line coming back to where I want to, and so I'm just going to react to that as far as where to line up and react to that picture, I guess. And he's like, very good, Jacob. Okay. And there's still mud on the ball, so I'd like to clean it off here, but I'm not on the green, so I can't. So he's like, yeah, don't just forget about it. He's saying, just putt. Oh, man. Jaacob here speaking I am really having a hard time with this. My ego is really coming at me here. It's like I have played horribly. This has been like, one of those kind of disaster worst. You're seeing like the worst possible bit of my golf game. So I don't know, maybe that's a good thing, I guess, for you to see this. Like I don't feel good about the idea of posting this. I want to post all the mistakes. I want to post my vulnerability here. And then of course we're doing this weird stuff about telepathy. So I don't know, like maybe that's partly why I'm in it. And I'm using this swing avenues for a while. So it's just, I'm really struggling. I'm gonna have to like kind of think about this and process this stuff later. But now I can actually clean the ball here. Yay. We'll clean it off a little bit. Yeah, whatever. And Ben is saying Bennie is saying I should like go back and towel it off, but he's like, you're right. This doesn't really matter. But like, he's reminding me, maybe to remind you, that to be disciplined enough, even though it's like, do you need to go back for that extra club? Do you have the wrong club around the green? And go back. So it's like, if you're really concerned about your score and whatnot, and then take the time. So he's like, if I was really concerned about score, I need to go back and like back to my bag, because I'm picking that up here, and towel it off and make sure I got the ball clean. But he's like, just don't worry about it. But he wanted me to extend that reminder to me and to you, I guess. So he's like, yeah, just putt it. Ugh. Well, tough round of golf, score-wise. Absolutely horrible for me. But that's the way it goes sometimes. That's gonna do it for this video. I need to get home. I got dinner plans with my wife and some friends. My wife and I share a car, so I got to like get back and get the car back and like get on to see our friends here. So I got to cut this off here, but I'm gonna go ahead and post this. Benny, any last words? He's like, no, it's just, it took some, he's like kind of, I don't want to say consoling me, but like patting me on the back, but he's like, you know, good on you. It's taking some bravery to do this. So he's like wanting me to acknowledge that. So, all right, I guess that's it. Thanks for watching this weird video of me playing really bad golf. And I want to do this again. I wanted to get out here and do this because the weather's really shifting here. It's getting cold, running out of days where I can do this. And so I wanted to get out here and do at least one of these before I can't anymore. The weather is so bad, but I would like to come back here. Count Yogi wants to do one of these with me. Also, Sam Sneed wants to do one of these. So I want to plan on doing those. And Jaacob here saying like, I mean, I really hope I play better. And then also like, you know, it's hard for me to post this because I think my ego is like, I don't really like how this dead hand swing looks. I just kind of look stiff and I have to like muscle it to like get it to go anywhere. It's nice. It's nice for like, functionally it's nice for pitching and iron shots, I think. But like, there's a part of me that has like an aesthetics thing, narrative that I appreciate the aesthetics. So that's a little struggle for me. I don't know. I'm going to think about that. Anyway, thank you for watching. Appreciate you being here. We'll do some more of these. Post some comments if you want. I like reading those. Any questions you got. That's it. Thanks for being here.